You ever feel like you just don't have enough time to get everything done that you wish you could have done? Well, how does this sound? If you can maximize your time, you can maximize your money. Joining us now is Jason Feifer, the editor-in-chief of Entrepreneur Magazine. Jason, I believe I'm supposed to call you the instrument of change, so it is very lovely to meet you. How are you this morning?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm glad that we're going to talk about this because I think a lot of folks have changed their habits when it comes to working because so many of us are working from home. Be that as it may, we know something is good for us, yet we are still resistant to changing that habit. Why is that?
Well, the common belief is because change is uncomfortable, people fear something new. And there's truth to that. I think that people would rather cling onto something that's imperfect than go to something that could be better, but they don't know. But I think that it's more nuanced than that. The real problem is that it's a loss and gain problem. When change comes to us, we can immediately see the loss. We can see, whoa, this thing that we know, we are going to lose it, it's going to change in some way. But we have a harder time seeing the gain. The gain comes later.
Right.
The thing that we gain comes later. And so our job is to, one, trust that that gain is coming, and then two, shape that gain ourselves.
Yes, because we are so resistant to change. But I trust I've always done it this way, and now you're telling me to do it a different way. You talk about getting started, and part of getting started is a to-do list, which I live and die by a to-do list. So thank you for saying that's something we should do.
Yeah, I do it too. I love a good to-do list. I have a long to-do list, but I think there's a problem with the to-do list, especially now if your time is stretched. Let's say that you're a parent and you're also now juggling kids and work. The to-do list just grows and grows and grows. It becomes unmanageable, and also it's not prioritized. So your to-do list isn't necessarily in the order of things you should do. So my suggestion is take the to-do list, put it aside, and instead every single day just come up with a list of three things that you have to do, and then get through those things. Those are your most productive things, those are your most important, and then if you still have time in the day, you can go on to that to-do list.
Something that you said, which I found interesting, is like you, I'm more creative in the morning and do administrative stuff in the afternoon. I flipped it. I did the administrative stuff in the morning because it was kind of mindless and I could just do it. But you're saying do the easy stuff at the end of the day. Why?
Oh, no, no, no.
Oh.
No, so I think that what you just did there is excellent.
Oh, hooray, for
what
me.
works for me doesn't necessarily work for other people. So my advice is to just divide your day based on how your brain works. Instead of jumping around tasks, which we often do, just moving from one thing to the next without really thinking about how to optimize ourselves. Instead, understand how you think and how you tackle problems. So for me, and then batch those tasks by that. So for me, I'm sharpest in the morning. I'm thinking fastest in the morning. So I do all of my productivity in the morning, all my writing and my editing. And then in the afternoon, I do what I think of as planning, administrative tasks, calls, meetings. That way I'm maximizing me and I'm using my time to my greatest advantage.
All right, fine. And then lastly, you say, learn to say no, which is very difficult for a lot of us.
So difficult and so important. Our time is our most valuable resource aside from our money, and yet we give it away all the time to unnecessary calls, unnecessary meetings. If you want to be productive, you need to get comfortable saying no. In fact, I am so focused on this that I have programmed it into my phone.
What?
So that when people will reach out to me and ask me for something that I just don't have time to do, all I do is I program this on my phone. I hit DDD and it immediately populates with this nice message explaining that I would love to be in touch with them, but I just do not have the time and I wish them the best.
Okay, look at me. I have my phone. I'm going to program the
Yeah.
DDD. Jason Feifer, editor-in-chief of Entrepreneur Magazine. Thank you so much. Before I let you go, I asked if you were kin to Michelle Pfeiffer, and you say?
I said, I am not, but I love this brag. Michelle and I have talked about it. We have not found the common ancestor yet.
All right, there's still time. Jason Feifer, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.